So there are several new entry requirements for the European Union that are coming into place, including the entry-exit system, the EES and the ETIAS, ETIAS possibly, but it's a new entry and exit system. What they're going to tell you is that you need a particular ID to get into Europe. It's via the back door. I told you weeks ago, in fact a couple of months ago, that Tony Blair was talking about an individual digital identifier. The same as ID cards. Remember, it was the Labour Party that tried to get ID cards in until they thought they were going to be ousted in the next general election? Let's have a digital ID card. Let's not. We've got one. We've got a national insurance number. We've got a driving licence. We've got passports. We've got any amount of digital identifiers that identify who we are. Not the people coming across on the dinghy. They haven't got one. So how can they're going to say, oh, well, we'll solve all of that. We'll solve the immigration. We'll solve the economic migrant immigration problem by getting everyone to have an individual digital identifier. And the reason why Tony Blair is in it, because he wants to get government money. Wealthy, wealthy, wealthy. That's what they're all at. Rich boy Sunak, government contracts. Tony Blair, government contracts. Oh, while he's being paid off by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Tony Blair took their shilling. You don't think he's evil? So let me tell you about this system. They're going to tell you you need it. But, and I haven't got my passport with me, but you know these biometrics, new passports that you get? It's got this little chip in it. Well, the system is going to, this EES, the entry-exit system, is going to replace passport stamps at the border with electronic records of entries, exits, and refusals of entry. It will also collect travellers' passport details and biometric information, as I say, is already on our passports, such as fingerprints and facial images. The EES is expected to start operating now, as we go into Q4. So these muppets, these gonks in Europe, who are bankrupt and they need our money, they're now saying, oh, you can't come to Europe unless you give us your facial recognition. I mean, I don't know whether you've been through the London airport, certainly. When you come back in, you put your passport in this reader, and then you stand there. Do you know the only thing that facial recognition won't work with? A beard. Facial recognition can't work with a beard. I mean, I know that Apple in their iPhones have got glasses. They've got to work with glasses. They've got to work with other bits and pieces, but not necessarily a beard, so I'm told, unless AI has improved all that, and, you know, it can do. So there's the information up until now. Your biometrics will work, but I was desperately trying to remember. It might have been Canada, where we tried to get into the country and we had to give them a copy of our fingerprints, and then there was some facial recognition going on. And I was so homesick for Blighty, thinking at least we don't have to do this. At least all I've got to do is hold my hands above my head and they can have a look at my sphericals while I walk through. Oh, I say, Manuel Hung coming in, Manuel Hung coming in. Oh, then it's Adrian. So they've got us every which way. If we want a holiday, because you know in science fiction they reckon that what's going to happen is that the rich can travel, but the poor are going to have to wear virtual reality goggles to kind of go swimming in the North Sea, or go skiing in Whistler, or go walking on the Greek islands. You can do it via virtual reality in your own home. You're not going to be allowed to leave your own home. That's what they're after. And remember, have they got a mandate from us, or you, or me, to do this? No, they bloody haven't. And they're standing at the dispatch box going, oh yeah, what we're going to do, 10 billion for climate change to Africa, and all this, and all this, and all this. And by the way, we're going to shaft the pensions.